Welcome, my friend. I'm really happy you are here with me today. This is not just a story, it is a journey. A journey that can help your English grow naturally. You will learn by feeling, not by force. Stories are powerful for learning English. When you read stories, your brain remembers words easily. You see how sentences flow in real life, and slowly, your confidence grows. This story is about dreams, struggles, and success. It shows how a normal boy can become a global star. It teaches patience and belief. It reminds you that small steps matter. So read slowly and enjoy every part. Imagine the scenes like a movie. Hear the voice in your mind. Let the words become your friends. Now take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Open your heart. And let's begin. Part 1. The Quiet Boy Who Loved Sound. Drake was born in the city of Toronto, a place full of life and culture. The winters were cold, and the streets were busy. People from many backgrounds lived there. It was a city where many stories were born. As a small child, Drake was calm and observant. He liked watching people and listening to sounds. The noise of trains, the rhythm of footsteps, the music from radios, all these sounds stayed in his mind. His parents separated when he was very young. This changed his world early in life. He lived mostly with his mother. She became his main support and his safe place. His mother worked very hard to raise him. Some days she was tired, but she still smiled. She always asked about his day. She always told him he was special. Their home was not rich, but it was warm. There was love in the small moments. Simple dinners, quiet talks, shared laughter, those memories stayed with him forever. Sometimes Drake felt the weight of life. He saw other kids with big families and more money. He wondered why life was different for him, but he rarely complained. Instead, he stayed in his thoughts. He imagined big dreams quietly. He didn't shout his goals to the world. He protected them inside his heart. Music slowly became his secret friend. He listened to songs for hours. He paid attention to lyrics. He loved how words could dance with beats. When he heard emotional songs, he felt understood. It was like the singer knew his feelings. Like someone far away shared his story. That connection felt magical. He began repeating lyrics again and again. He liked the rhythm of language. Without knowing, he was training his ear. He was learning flow and timing. At school, Drake was friendly but not loud. He was not the class clown. He was the observer. The one who noticed small details. Some classmates teased him sometimes. Kids can be unkind without knowing. Those moments hurt him quietly. But they also made him stronger inside. After school, he often went straight home. He turned on music or TV. Entertainment felt like another world, a world where anything was possible. He started writing tiny rhymes in notebooks, simple lines about his day. Lines about feelings he couldn't say out loud. Writing felt safe. He didn't show many people his writing. It was personal. It was like a diary with rhythm. A place where he could be honest. His mother noticed his creativity. She encouraged him gently. She never forced him. She just believed in him. Belief is powerful for a child. When one person believes in you, your heart grows. Drake felt that support. It gave him quiet courage. Money was sometimes tight at home. They had to be careful with spending. Drake understood this early. It made him mature for his age. He saw his mother's effort. He saw her strength. He promised himself something silently. One day, he would give her an easier life. Television also inspired him. He watched shows and imagined acting. He liked how actors told stories. He liked how they became different people. One day, an opportunity came for acting. A small chance, but important. Drake decided to try. He felt nervous but excited. He got a role in a teen drama show. The work was new and challenging. He had to memorize lines. He had to show emotions. At first, he wasn't sure. Cameras can be scary. Many people watching you, many retakes, many expectations. But Drake learned quickly. He listened to advice. He practiced seriously. He respected the work. Acting gave him some money. It helped his family. That made him proud. He felt useful. Still, music never left his heart. After filming, he returned to songs. He wrote more lyrics. He explored his feelings through words. He started dreaming bigger, not just acting, not just small success. He dreamed of music stages and crowds, but he didn't know how to reach there. The path wasn't clear. The industry was big and tough. He was just a young boy. Sometimes doubt visited his mind. Can I really do this? He wondered. Fear is normal in big dreams. Even stars feel it. Yet every time he heard a great song, his fire returned. Inspiration pushed him again. It reminded him who he wanted to be. He practiced alone often, whispering lyrics, testing flows, playing with words, like a secret training. Friends slowly noticed his talent. Some supported him, some were surprised, some didn't take it seriously. But Drake kept going. Dreams grow in silence first. They don't need noise, they need patience. His teenage years were a mix of work and hope. Acting jobs, school, music dreams. He balanced many worlds. Sometimes he felt tired, sometimes confused. He didn't stop. Small steps still move you forward. He began recording simple tracks. Nothing fancy, just his voice and his truth. But it was real. Real feelings touch people. Even simple songs can connect hearts. Drake was learning this slowly. He didn't know his future yet. He only knew he loved music. He only knew he wanted more. And deep inside, he believed one thing. If he kept trying, something good would come. That belief became his fuel. The quiet boy from Toronto was growing. His voice was forming. His story was beginning. And this was only the start. A small beginning before a big journey. A soft note before a loud song. The world didn't know him yet, but step by step, he was walking toward it. With hope in his chest and rhythm in his mind. And my friend, that is how many success stories begin. Not with fame, not with money, but with a quiet dream and a brave heart. The door slowly opens. Drake was now a teenager balancing two worlds. One world was acting, with scripts and cameras. The other world was music, with beats and notebooks. He walked between these worlds carefully. Both were important to him. He continued acting in a TV show called Degrassi, The Next Generation. The show was popular with young people. It told stories about school life and struggles. Drake played a character that many viewers remembered. Acting gave him experience and some money. It helped support his home. But deep inside, he still felt pulled by music. Acting was work. Music was love. After long filming days, he still wrote lyrics, late at night, when the world was quiet. He wrote about feelings, fears, and dreams. His pen became his voice. Sometimes he recorded rough songs, simple recordings, not perfect sound. But the emotion was real. He shared a few with friends. Their reactions gave him hope. The internet was growing at that time. Artists could share music online. Drake saw a small opportunity there. He thought, maybe people can hear me. So, he released his early music online. It was not famous yet, but some listeners liked it. Small numbers, but big meaning for him. Every artist starts small. Every big star was once unknown. Drake understood this. He didn't rush success. Still, life was not easy. Acting jobs were not forever. Music success was not guaranteed. He sometimes worried about the future, but pressure can create diamonds. Instead of quitting, he worked harder. He studied songs and flows. He listened to great artists. He admired emotional storytelling in music. Songs that felt honest and deep. He wanted to do the same. He wanted listeners to feel his life. One important moment arrived quietly. A famous rapper named Lil Wayne heard Drake's music. This was a turning point, a life-changing connection. Lil Wayne liked what he heard. He noticed Drake's style. The honesty, the melody, the feeling. It was different. Soon, they connected and talked. Drake felt excited but nervous. This was a big opportunity. He didn't want to waste it. Lil Wayne invited him to join his music circle. It was a big step, a door opening in the industry. Drake stepped in carefully but bravely. He later became connected with Young Money Entertainment. This was huge for a young artist. It meant support and resources. It meant a real chance, but a chance is not success. He still had to prove himself. He still had to work. And he did. He spent hours in studios, learning, recording, improving. Sometimes songs failed. Sometimes they worked. Failure didn't stop him. It taught him. Each mistake showed him a better way. He grew stronger. Drake also faced doubt from people. Some said he was just an actor. Some said he wasn't real in music. Those words hurt, but he didn't fight with anger. He answered with music. He used doubt as fuel. He turned pain into lyrics. His songs talked about real emotions. Love, heartbreak, ambition. Many young people related. They felt his honesty. Fans slowly grew. Not millions yet, but loyal listeners. People who replayed his songs. People who shared them. Drake realized something powerful. Being real connects hearts. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be honest. He worked on a project called So Far Gone. This project changed things. It reached many listeners. It showed his true style. The songs mixed rap and melody. That style felt fresh. Some people were surprised. Some loved it immediately. One song became very popular. More people learned his name. More doors opened. More stages waited. But success also brings pressure. Expectations rise quickly. Drake felt that weight. He wanted to stay true. He remembered his mother's struggles. He remembered small rooms and quiet nights. Those memories kept him grounded. Fame did not arrive in one day. It came step by step. Like climbing a long staircase, slow but steady. Drake kept improving his craft. He practiced flows again and again. He cared about every word. He respected music deeply. He also learned the business side. Contracts, deals, planning, talent is important. But smart choices matter too. Sometimes he felt tired. The journey was long. But when he stood in a studio, energy returned. Music refreshed him. Crowds slowly started singing his lyrics. That feeling was special, hearing your words from others. It felt unreal. He smiled more during those moments. The quiet boy was becoming confident. His voice was reaching far. Still, he stayed thoughtful. He didn't forget his past. He didn't act like a superstar. Not yet. He knew he was still building, still learning, still growing. That mindset helped him. Many nights he thought about his journey, from a small home to big studios. From hidden notebooks to real songs, he felt grateful. Gratitude keeps the heart calm. It reminds you where you started. Drake held onto that feeling. And my friend, this is important for you too. Growth takes time. English learning takes time. Success takes time. Drake's life shows patience matters. Small progress is still progress. Every step counts. Part 2 of his life was about doors opening, about chances and choices, about believing in his sound. He was no longer just dreaming. He was moving. He was building something real. But the biggest fame was still ahead. The world stage was waiting, and his story was only getting bigger. The boy who once wrote alone at night was now heard by thousands. Soon, it would be millions. And as he moved forward, one thing stayed true. He never stopped loving music. That love guided him. His journey reminds us of something simple. Start where you are. Use what you have. Keep going. Because sometimes, the world notices quiet dreams. And when it does, everything can change. When the world finally listened, Drake was no longer the quiet boy in the corner. His music was traveling far now. More people were discovering his songs online. His voice was reaching cities he had never seen. With every new listener, his confidence grew. But fame did not arrive like a party. It came like a wave, slow at first, then powerful. He began working on bigger projects. Real albums, real plans, real goals. He spent long hours in studios. Sometimes he worked until sunrise. The studio became his second home. The microphone became his best friend. He spoke into it like sharing secrets. Every word carried emotion. His songs were not just about success. They were about fear and love, about trust and heartbreak, about the feelings people hide. That honesty made him different. Many artists tried to look strong, Drake allowed himself to look human. People connected with that. When his first big album dropped, fans were excited. They waited to hear his story. They played the songs again and again. His name started appearing everywhere. Suddenly, he was not just a local artist. He was becoming global. Interviews, shows, performances came. Life became faster. But inside, he was still the same thinker. Still the same observer. He watched the world carefully. Fame did not blind him. Touring started soon after. Traveling city to city. New hotels, new faces, new stages. The crowd lights felt bright. The first time thousands sang his lyrics, he felt chills. It was a dream moment, something he once imagined alone. Now it was real. He stood on stage and smiled quietly. He remembered his childhood room, the small notebooks, the silent dreams. Success felt sweet, but also heavy. Now people expected more from him. Every song mattered. Every move was watched. Pressure can break some people. But Drake used it as fuel. He wrote more deeply. He focused more seriously. He learned that fame has two sides. One side is applause, the other side is criticism. Both come together. Some people loved his style. Others doubted him. Some said he was too soft. Some said he was too emotional. But Drake stayed true. He did not change his voice. He believed feelings were strength, not weakness. He continued mixing singing and rapping. That style became his signature. Many tried to copy it later, but his tone was unique. Awards started coming his way. Trophies and recognition, big moments on big stages. Cameras flashing everywhere. But the best reward for him was fans. People saying his music helped them. People saying they felt understood. He received messages from listeners, stories of heartbreak and healing. Stories of hope and courage. His music touched lives. That made him emotional sometimes. He realized music was powerful. It could help someone on a bad day. It could give strength. He never forgot his mother. He made sure she lived comfortably. That was one of his early promises. He kept it. Buying her a nice home felt special. It was not about money. It was about gratitude. About love and respect. Even with success, he had lonely moments. Fame can be crowded but lonely. Many people around, but few close. He learned to protect his energy. To keep real friends close. To value trust. To stay grounded. His circle became smaller, but stronger. People who knew him before fame. People who cared about Aubrey, not Drake. Yes, behind the stage name was Aubrey, a normal person with feelings. A person still learning life. As years passed, his influence grew. New artists looked up to him. Young musicians studied his style. He inspired many, but he never said, "I made it." Because in his mind, growth never stops. There is always another level. He kept experimenting with sound, trying new rhythms, new ideas. He stayed creative. Some albums were huge hits. Some were debated, but he kept releasing music. Consistency built his legacy. He also learned business skills, ownership and smart deals. He thought long-term, not just quick fame. Drake understood something important. Talent opens the door, discipline keeps it open. He practiced discipline daily. Even on tired days, he showed up. Even when uninspired, he tried. That habit separated him from many. He also gave chances to others. Helping new artists, sharing platforms. Remembering his own start, because once, he was the one needing support. He never forgot that. Gratitude stayed in his heart. Sometimes he looked at the crowd and felt amazed. So many people singing his words, lives connected by sound. He realized dreams can grow bigger than imagination. A small wish can become a global voice, if you keep going. He still wrote late at night sometimes. Like the old days, just him and his thoughts. Success did not change that habit. Writing kept him honest. It kept him grounded. It reminded him why he started. Not for fame, but for expression. And my friend, there is a lesson here. Success is not magic. It is built daily, small effort after small effort. Drake's rise was not overnight. It was years of belief, years of doubt. Years of trying again. Many people only see the spotlight. They don't see the long nights, the worries, the risks. But those hidden moments matter most. They build the person. They shape the artist. By now, Drake was a worldwide name. His songs played everywhere: radios, phones, cars, clubs. But in his heart, he was still chasing growth, still dreaming, still pushing forward. Because real dreamers never finish dreaming. They just dream bigger and work harder. Part 3 of his life was about expansion. From known to global, from hopeful to powerful. But the story was not over. New challenges waited. New lessons ahead. And as he stepped into bigger fame, life would test him again. Success brings new storms too. But one thing stayed constant: his love for music. His connection to words. And that love would guide him forward. Through noise and praise. Through highs and lows. So keep reading, my friend. Because the journey continues. And the next chapter is even deeper. The weight of fame and the power of growth. Fame kept growing around Drake like a bright light. Everywhere he went, people recognized him. Cameras followed him. Crowds called his name. It looked exciting from the outside, but inside, life felt more complicated. Fame brings attention, but also pressure. Every word he said mattered. Every move was watched. Privacy became smaller. Some days he missed simple life, walking outside without being noticed, talking freely without headlines, laughing without cameras. Those small freedoms felt precious now. Success also brought competition. The music world is full of talent. New artists arrived every year. New sounds, new styles, new trends. Staying on top was not easy. Drake knew he could not relax. He kept working harder. He spent more time perfecting songs. He listened to feedback carefully. He kept learning. There were also public misunderstandings. Sometimes people judged him quickly. Rumors spread fast in fame. Not everything said was true. But it still affected him. He learned a strong lesson. Not every voice deserves your heart. Some noise must be ignored. Peace is important for creativity. So he focused on what he could control. His music, his effort, his honesty. Those were his anchors. He began exploring deeper topics in songs. Talking about trust, loyalty, and betrayal. Talking about success and loneliness. Listeners felt those themes strongly, because many people feel that too. Even if they are not famous, success can feel lonely. Growth can change relationships. Not everyone grows with you. Drake saw friendships change. Some people came closer. Some drifted away. That is a normal part of life, but it still hurts. Instead of hiding feelings, he wrote them. He turned emotions into lyrics. Pain became poetry. Confusion became rhythm. Fans appreciated that honesty. They didn't just hear music. They heard truth. That built a deep connection. Tour became bigger than ever. Large arenas, bright lights, loud cheers. The energy was powerful. Standing on stage felt electric. But after the show, quiet returned. Hotel rooms felt silent. Travel felt tiring. The body gets tired even when dreams come true. He learned to take care of himself. Rest mattered. Mental health mattered. Balance mattered. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. He also started thinking about legacy. What will people remember? Just hit songs, or something deeper? That question guided him. He wanted impact. He wanted his work to last. He wanted meaning, not just numbers. So he invested in quality. Better production, better storytelling, better creativity. He challenged himself. Sometimes he tried new sounds. Not everyone liked change, but growth needs risk. Safe choices don't create new paths. He accepted criticism as part of art. Not every song will please everyone. That is okay. Art is expression. Drake also gave back quietly. Supporting communities, helping upcoming artists, sharing opportunities, remembering his roots. He knew how it felt to start small, to hope for one chance. So, he became that chance for others. This gave him joy. Real joy doesn't come only from awards, it comes from impact. From helping someone rise. He stayed connected to his hometown. The city that raised him, the streets that shaped him. Those memories kept him grounded. Whenever life felt too big, he remembered young Drake, the boy with headphones, the boy with dreams. That memory centered him. He also grew as a person. Age brings wisdom. Experience brings calm. He became more thoughtful. He spoke less but meant more. He chose peace more often. He valued time more deeply. Growth showed in his choices. Still, he remained human. Some days were great. Some days were heavy. No life is perfect, even famous ones, but he kept moving, step by step, song by song, lesson by lesson. That consistency built his strength. He realized something powerful. Success is not a final place. It is a journey, a moving road. And on that road, you keep learning, keep adjusting, keep becoming better. That mindset helped him stay steady. Fans continued supporting him strongly. New generations discovered his music. His reach expanded again. Young listeners saw him as inspiration. Not just for fame, but for persistence, for emotional honesty. He showed that being real is okay. Feeling deeply is okay. Sharing truth is okay. That message mattered. And my friend, this matters for you too. Your journey will have noise. It will have doubt. It will have growth. Like Drake, you keep going. You keep learning. You keep believing. Step by step. Part 4 of his life was about maturity, understanding fame, handling pressure, choosing growth. He was no longer just chasing dreams. He was shaping legacy, building something that lasts. But life still had more chapters, more lessons waiting, more stories to unfold, because a dreamer's journey never truly ends. It just evolves, and the next part would show his deeper purpose, the meaning of the journey. As the years passed, Drake began to look at life differently. Success was no longer just about charts and awards. It was about meaning, about what stays when the noise fades. He had reached many goals already. Big stages, global fans, financial comfort. The dreams of his younger self were real now, but new questions appeared in his heart. He started asking himself what truly matters. Is it fame? Is it money? Or is it impact? These thoughts grew stronger with time. He realized happiness is not a trophy. It is not something you hold. It is something you build daily, in small, quiet moments. Sometimes he sat alone listening to old songs. Songs from his early days. They reminded him of hunger and hope, of the boy who just wanted a chance. That memory kept him humble. It reminded him how far he had come. It reminded him to stay grateful. Gratitude became his anchor. He also thought about family more, about love and connection, about being present for people who care. Success feels better when shared. Drake learned to value time deeply. Time with loved ones, time for rest, time for reflection. These moments balanced his busy life. He still made music, of course. Music was part of his soul. But now it came from deeper places, from wisdom and experience. His lyrics became more reflective. Less about proving, more about expressing. Less about noise, more about truth. Growth showed clearly. Fans who grew with him understood this change. They were older too. They had their own life stories. They connected to his maturity. He also accepted that not everyone stays forever. Some fans move on. Some tastes change. That is natural in life. Instead of fearing change, he respected it. Change means movement. Movement means life. Nothing stays the same forever. He focused on longevity, on staying real, on creating work he could be proud of. Not just hits, but meaning. There were still challenges. Every life has them. Even successful people face doubts. Even stars feel pressure. But now he handled them calmly. Experience taught him patience. Mistakes taught him wisdom. Time taught him balance. He became a mentor to younger artists, giving advice, sharing lessons, warning them about pitfalls, guiding them gently. He told them success is not instant. It is built slowly, with discipline and heart, with consistency and courage. Many listened closely, because his journey was real, not a fairy tale. A story of effort and emotion. Drake also understood his influence. His words could affect millions. That responsibility mattered to him. He thought carefully. He tried to send honest messages, about ambition and self-belief, about facing fears, about rising again after failure, because failure is part of every story. It is not the end, it is a teacher. Drake knew this well. Looking back, his life felt like chapters, childhood dreams, early struggles, rising fame, deep growth. Each chapter shaped him. And he was still writing new chapters. Life does not stop. Growth does not stop. Learning does not stop. Sometimes he smiled thinking about the journey. From a quiet room to a loud world. From small rhymes to global songs. It all started with love for music. Not money, not fame, just love, pure and simple. And that is a powerful lesson. When you love something deeply, you stay with it, even when it is hard. Even when it is slow. My friend, this connects to your life too. Maybe your dream is English, maybe it is something else. The rule is the same. Start small, stay consistent, believe quietly. Improve daily. One step matters. Drake's story shows that background does not decide your future. Effort does. Mindset does. Persistence does. He was not the richest kid. Not the loudest voice. Not the luckiest start. But he kept going. That keep going is powerful. Many quit early. Many doubt themselves. But those who continue see change. He also showed that feelings are strength. Being emotional is human. Expressing truth connects people. Honesty builds bridges. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be real. Real effort. Real heart. Real patience. As he moved forward, Drake focused on peace. Protecting his energy. Choosing calm. Choosing meaning over noise. He understood something important. The world will always talk. But your inner voice matters most. Listen to it. And when he looked at his life, he felt thankful. For struggles and wins. For lessons and growth. For the whole journey. Because every part shaped him. Even hard days helped. Even failures guided him. Nothing was wasted. Now imagine that young boy again. Sitting by the window. Listening to music. Dreaming quietly. If he could see the future, he might smile. He might feel proud. He might whisper, "We did it." But the truth is deeper. He didn't just make it. He built it, day by day, word by word, song by song. And you can build your dream too, page by page, practice by practice. Step by step. So keep reading, keep learning, keep growing. Your story is still being written. And maybe one day, someone will read your story and feel inspired, just like you did today. Thank you for staying on this journey. Your time matters. Your dreams matter. Your effort matters. And remember this simple truth. Big stories often start small. But small beginnings can lead to great endings. This is not just Drake's story. It is a reminder for all dreamers, including you. The journey continues, always.